Hello, this is my Python programming activity 5 recording. I think we're in week 7 here. This is the modules section. So here I have my main Jupyter notebook, which obviously I'm still filling out. Just recording this right after I finish programming. And then we have our student utils.py, and I'll upload these as a zip file or something like that. Here's what our utils module has. We have 4 different functions here. We have create student, calculate average, sort averages, and sort students, which basically just sorts the students by name, with respect to the averages. And obviously this. So basically this function depends on this function, depends on this function. Anywho, creating student, very, very self-explanatory. Don't really need to say much there. Take a name, say hi name, and format it. Calculating the average, same thing. Take the grade, take the tuple of grades, set the total to 0, add all the grades together, divide by the length of the tuple, get the average. Sort the averages. Start by making an unsorted list, and then we add. We go through every student in the classroom. We get their grades, and then we take the average of those grades, and then we add that average to the unsorted list. And then the sorted list is just the sorted unsorted list in reverse so that it's in descending order. And then we return the sorted list. So also pretty straightforward, but there's a little bit of stuff going on there. But pretty straightforward. Finally, we have the sort students function. So the sorted students, what we do here, this is a little bit trickier because it's a dictionary. So we're trying to reverse the I guess the more appropriate name for this would be sort classroom, not sort students. And that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that didn't break anything. Okay, sweet, awesome. So the sorted class is we take the classroom items, and then we sort by the. So basically, we're taking the classroom items, and then we're sorting them, but not by the name, because if you just use sorted on a dictionary, it will just sort by the name, so it will make them alphabetical. We're trying to sort by the values. And since in a dictionary, it's basically just an unordered list of tuples, key value pairs, we could say go through classroom.items, and the key is going to be lambda, which is, function. So for each item, you're going to go to the second index in that item. So basically, in so many words, this says sort by value. And then we reverse again because we want to go in descending order. Sorted dictionary, we just wrap that into a dict, and then we return the sorted dict so that it handles like a dictionary. Okay, so for the front end, we have this here, which is our Jupyter notebook, which obviously I'm still filling out. I'm just recording this as I finish programming. So here we have a very simple, just like kind of test case. I enter these 2 variables, name and grades, and then I print them just to see that everything works, and it does. So that's fantastic. Now, here is the meat of the lab, which was to take a classroom with 3 or more students, give them a certain amount of grades, and then sort them by grade average. So what I did here was I made a little dictionary. These are just a couple of my buddies' names and some random grade numbers from like 80 to 90. And yeah, that's our dictionary. So classroom is Trey, Emerson, and Brian, and we have these tuples which have our grades in them. The sorted averages is a list of the sorted averages, which is from our utilities module, which has all the logic here of the classroom, and Same for sorted names. So we basically just sort the class, the dictionary, and we make a list of the keys there. For student and classroom, we're going to go through. We're going to get each student's grades. We're going to greet them. We're going to print their grades out, and then we're going to give them their average. And we're going to format that to 3 floating points just so it doesn't get messy. So this will just print everybody's grades and name in order of entry. It doesn't sort before doing this. And then afterwards, we're going to say grade average rankings, and then we're going to go through the classroom. So for I in range length 1 through length classroom plus 1, that's going to be important because of what I do here. Although I could have honestly, this could just be 0 and then link classroom, and you can shift the plus 1 around, but it doesn't really matter. The point being that we print number 1, and then we print the the person with the highest average's name, and then we print their average in parentheses. So this is our result when we let's sweep the term here, and let's just change the values. Just let's add a bunch. So we added some. Let's rerun it. Awesome. So it says, hello, Trey. Your grades. Gives me all my individual grades and then my average. Same for Emerson and then for Brian. And then it ranks us. And yeah, with the values that I entered, it didn't change the averages. So we come out in the same order. Emerson, Trey, Brian. So yeah, that's my work for this week. Pretty straightforward, but pretty fun. It's always fun to make modules and make your code more straightforward and understandable. I think that's one of my favorite parts of coding, to be honest. And it's very nice how easy it is to do in Python and integrate it into Jupyter notebooks. Like the fact that notebook files can import modules from the same project is pretty sweet. So yeah, that's all. See you in class.